Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniela, and if you're new here, I make upcycling videos and also some basic tutorials for sewing. In this video, we will be seeing the stitching of this traditional dress. I have created a separate video for the cutting of the fabric, so make sure you check that out before you continue with this. I will add the link of that video here, also in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. So without any further delay, let's get into the video.
Okay, so we will start with palazzo pants. Now we have to make pleats because if you remember, we have taken the width of the pant a lot more than our waist measurement. So we have to make sure that we make enough pleats so that the width of the fabric will be equal to our waist measurement. So go ahead and make some pleats like this. Once you have made enough pleats, it will look something like this. Now you have to measure it, and it should be 1/4 of your waist measurement plus 1 inch, because half inch will go in seam allowance on both the sides. Now go ahead and stitch those pleats so they will look like this. Next, you need to stitch the crotch area, that is from the waistline till the crotch line, front with front and back with back. Okay, like this. Once you have done that, your front pattern and back pattern will look like this. You have to lay them on each other and then stitch on both the sides and also the V shape which you see in the middle. So go ahead and pin it. Also make sure that you keep 3 inches on one side open so that you can add a zip or either buttons on that side. Then go ahead and stitch all the sides. Once you have done that, it will look like this, and you can see that I have kept 3 inches on one side open. Now we'll go ahead and attach the belt. Keep the belt on the right sides of the pant like this, and then go ahead and pin it. Just see how am I attaching the belt. Go ahead and pin the whole belt around the whole waistline and then take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Once you have stitched it, it will look like this. I have also stitched it around the corners, as you can see, so that I will get a finishing at the end of the belt. Then I'll go ahead and turn it on the right side. Once you have done that, you have to do the finishing of the belt. So you have to fold it in this way and pin it. Just see how I have folded it. Do the same and then pin it. Repeat the same process for the whole belt and pin it everywhere. Take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Once you have done it, it will look like this. Now you just have to add a button or zip if you want to add. I am not going to add the zip because the pant is anyway not going to be visible. So I'm just going to fold it and give it a stitch, and then I will just add a button. Now let's move on to the top part. I will stitch the front and the back part only on the one side because on the other side I will be attaching a zip. And do the same for the lining fabric as well. Make sure when you are stitching, the right sides are facing together. Once you have done that, it will look something like this. Underneath we have the main fabric, and on top of that I have kept the lining fabric. Now pin the lining with the main fabric and go ahead and stitch the necklines, both front and the back. When you turn it, it will look something like this. So our neckline finishing is done. Now your upper bodice looks like this. We will go ahead and join the shoulders now. Turn your top on the right side and then do the following for the shoulder finishing. So you have to match the lining fabric with the lining fabric and the main fabric with the main fabric like this. And then go ahead and pin it. Then take it to the sewing machine and stitch a straight line. Once you have stitched it, it will look something like this. You can see how beautiful the finishing is. Do it on the other side as well. Now we will take the bottom skirt and also attach the lining fabric to it. Just take it to the sewing machine and do a basting stitch to it. Once you have done that, it will look like this. This is just to make sure that our lining fabric is attached to the main fabric. Now go ahead and attach the skirt to the bodice. We have one open side for the bodice as well as for the skirt. We will keep it open because we need to add the zip there. Once you have attached it, it will look something like this. Then we will go ahead and attach a zip. I will create a separate video to explain in detail how to attach an invisible zip. Once the zip is attached, I will also stitch the other remaining part of the side. And then it will look something like this. So I've attached the zip and I've also completed the stitching. Now I will just go ahead and add this stripe at the bottom. I will first pin it and then I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. The last thing that we need to do is do the finishing of the armholes. So I have taken a rectangle of 2 inches and then I will go ahead and attach it to the armholes like this. We are going to do the same process as we did for the belt. So first I will pin it, take it to the sewing machine and then stitch all around the armhole. I will do the same thing for the other armhole as well. And once you have stitched it, it will look something like this. Now add some notches because since it's a curve, it will be easier for you to stitch it if there are some notches. So go ahead and add some notches and then fold it like you did for the belt. Okay? But you have to make sure that your fabric should not be visible when you fold it. So it should look something like this. Then go ahead and pin it. Do the same process for the whole armhole and then take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Once you have stitched it, it will look something like this. And your suit is ready.